Hi, I'm Bry Cox with BryCoxWORKSHOPS.com, and for this week's question, I have a private message sent to me over Facebook, and the question is a Lightroom question. It's actually a really good question, and it may sound a little simple, but I mean, there's a lot to it. So the question is basically, I'm just learning Lightroom. When I want to exit Lightroom, say after looking at a photo I'm working on, where's the exit button or the finish button or the saved button? How do I know when I'm finished? I know it's probably a stupid question, but when I leave Lightroom on an image and I think I'm done, I open it up, it always returns to that image. So, you know, basically it's like, what am I missing? So here's the thing about Lightroom. Lightroom's different than every other program. It's not like Photoshop where you open an image, work on it, save it, and it disappears, and you open up Photoshop to a blank canvas or a blank screen and open up, every file individually. Lightroom is a database, and it doesn't make any changes to the original file. So over here I have my original files, and then here I have Lightroom, and it's basically like, it just keeps the recipes. It looks at these files, and it keeps little pointers pointing to them, and if I say I want this brighter, darker, whatever, it just writes a little teeny file called like a recipe card, we could call it. And it says, make that file lighter, make this file more contrast, whatever, vignette, corners, crop, whatever. It just writes this little recipe card. That never is applied to those images. So when you close Lightroom, the way you close it is just Command Q, right? Quit. And it closes it, reopens right to where you left off. There is no saving, it just always is writing as you're working. It writes this little recipe card. The reason why Lightroom is so fast is it's never opening files, it's never saving files. It's never working with these huge graphic files and waiting on the computer to open and close. It's just making this little recipe card for every file. So how do you apply them? What do? You basically export new images, JPEGs, TIFFs, whatever, right? Over here maybe we have the raw files. Maybe they're this format you can't use. We have our recipe card in Lightroom. We say, now make JPEGs. It takes those, it takes the recipe card, makes out new files over here. And when you export, you say, I want them to go in this folder and I want them named whatever, and you can control all these various exports. I have videos, a whole course on just Lightroom and my whole process of working. But that's the basic idea, is that Lightroom never actually opens files or closes files or saves anything. It just keeps a little recipe card. And when you export, it applies that recipe card to that file to make a new file over here. That's the trick. It makes it really slick, really easy, really fast. The nice thing is while it's creating JPEGs over here, you can then go to the next project and open up the next client images and start working, making a new recipe card for those images, exporting them out, and it just queues things up, queues it all up. You're not waiting for the program to open, to close, to save, anything like that. It's just queuing things up, running in the background, throwing things off to the side in other folders. It's really super slick. It's a little bit of a mind bend, I think, if you're used to a certain way of the way most programs work. As long as you understand that general concept, though, and understand that Lightroom is super fast, everything goes a little quicker. Again, I have a whole, I think, my old Lightroom course like 3 hours, and my new one's like another 3 hours or something. Maybe I think it's 4 hours. So I have a lot of Lightroom tutorials on my website at BryCoxWORKSHOPS.com. So feel free, if you're a member, check those out. If you're not a member, think about becoming one. Check out all of those video courses I have on Lightroom, Photoshop, lighting, posing, everything else. So again, if you have a question, send it to me, BryCoxWORKSHOPS.com. Post it below, send me a message, whatever, and let's answer your question, America.